Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Shikanoko Nokonoko Koshitantan episode number 11 reaction. So the previous episode, yes, it was divided into three parts. The first part was Shikanoko having allergies and her having a very bad time. By the end of it, she had to just go to the vet. And the person who was bragging, Kostan, of not having allergies ever, also started getting allergies. So yeah, so that was that. And then we had the whole tea ceremony section where Shikanoko was like the master of and she was like teaching everyone. And then by the end of it, she was like, I'm just bored of it. So she just leaves it. And surprisingly, the final section actually had a very chill part, usually, which is something very unusual for this show because every single section is just chaotic. So it had a very chill section in which had a very interesting person, that is what was her name, Anko, being the main person in focus. Usually whenever it's Anko, she's just just going crazy about stuff, but it was Anko and Bashame, and we got to see them kind of having an unusually like nice and calm time, which is very surprising for this show. But it was a nice change of pace. So let's see what happens today in this episode. Let's begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is the preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Hmm? Oh no, something's gonna happen. Right. Oh, right. Fantastic. Right. Hmm. Oh, wow. How is she asleep like just like this? Like all antler bubble. Oh, two. Oh, right. Is that her snoring? Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Oh. Whoa. Yeah. What is? Okay. She is a very bad sleeper. Oh. Oh, crazy. When, yeah, deers and everyone just stay there, birds come and sit, that kind of thing. Oh my god, yo, they made a whole family. Yeah, people are not bothered by it. Oh my god. Well, that is because they're part. That's because they're part of this anime. Oh, is it Shikanoko? It's her. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, she woke up. Oh, wait, who? Wait, what? Everyone has the tag on? Wait. Yeah. Right. Oshio Shio. Chicken- What the hell? Who the hell is this? Yeah. Oh no, is he like a hunter or something? Oh no. Oh, my nemesis is here. The one. Right. Oh my god. He directly entered the class. Yeah. What is this? Matagi hunter. Yeah. Wait, Matagi is. Oh, this is a clue. Wait, isn't Matagi like a. You know what? I'll need to check. Wow. He doesn't care. He's a man of sheer focus. Yeah. I guess. Is he? Is she? Oh, right. Yeah. What? What? Yeah, from Hokkaido, like the Ainu and Matagi. Yes. What is that? Yeah, the leader. Oh boy. Well, You gotta do what you gotta do. Hmm. What the? Oh! Um, yeah. Oh, oh, it was Tsuchinoko. Okay. Well, wrong target. Wow. Yeah, what are you, a video game character? You're using your like survival instinct to track the track the enemy? Oh no. Wow. The Garrus are here. Yep. Okay, take this opportunity and run, Shikanoko. Yeah. Run, run. No, they'll get your, yeah, you. Which they knew. Yeah, the reference. Yeah, the reference. Okay. Omono. Oh, Olmono. Okay. Yeah. The one who's pursuing Omono. What is that? Like a deer whistle? Yep, it's a deer whistle. Yeah. The hunter and the hunted. What the hell? Yo, he's the principal. You cannot do that. Um. Hmm. Oh. Wait, so he came here because he sensed this deer head? Oh, damn! Wow, the camouflage. Right. Yo! Okay, now you need to be arrested. He's planting bombs in the school. Bruh, you need to be arrested now at this point. Wow. Oh, yeah, she has a grenade. The antler grenade. That's hilarious. Oh my god, eating it in front of the camera? It kind of reminds me of another. Okay, I'll talk about it later. Oh, the final confrontation. No, this is a trap you walked into. Oh boy. You're still at it. Yeah. Oh, so that's his name. Oh, damn. Wow. Um, what were the... Yo. Right. Okay, I was wondering, what is that? Is that a... What is this? Is this like a... Is this like a Fate Unlimited Blade Works reference where Enya... I think so. This is a whole ass chant. Oh my god. Oh, she'll probably deflect it. Or I don't know. Oh, time up. Let's go home. What? Oh, his wife. Wait, so he was out. He was out to bring Daikon and he came here hunting? Yeah, and why were you hunting then? Oh my god. Wait, you left something. Yeah? The shonen anime. Wait, what? No. Wow. I knew this was gonna happen. He was gonna get arrested. Well, exactly. Exactly. You know, no weapons or firearms. Okay, so that's why today they're in Hokkaido. That's why they're like, we get to see the Matagi from Hokkaido. Why is her what? Um, your dress is okay. Yeah, and why is it torn? Oh my god. Yeah. Damn. It's chilly. Right. Oh, that's why she's so happy. Yeah, I'm just what? Okay. Two sticks. Oh boy. Yeah. 11 episodes? You have GPS and you're still losing? Oh my god. What the? Oh, Yeah, she's like afraid of them or something. Yeah, in one of the episodes, I remember. Wait. Oh, damn. Oh boy. Right. Well, we can just, yeah, where did the wind come from? Yeah. Right. um, is it closed? No. Oh my god. Wow. Wait a minute, you guys have GPS. Why are you getting lost? What is happening here? Oh my god. Oh. Wait, did she do it? Oh. Okay, there you go. Surprising skill. Oh, wow. Yeah, so don't. Oh, wow. Hmm. Right. Interesting. There's still one episode left. This seemed like an ending episode or something. But there's still one episode left after this, I think. Episode 12. So I wonder what we're going to see then. Hmm. Ah. Hmm. Oh, wait, what? Okay. This seems familiar. This episode. What the? This. Um. Right. Oh no, is this going to be one of those? Like, oh, who's that? Who's that you're talking about? Yeah, this Re Zero stuff. What is this? Like, who is Rem? That's what's happening here? Oh my god, what the hell? Bro! Oh god. Okay, so now, yeah, this is interesting. So somehow everything got. You know what? That's why I was thinking. Like, there's one more episode. Like, what are we going to see after this? So there you go. That's what we're going to see in the final episode, probably. Okay. All right. Today's episode. It was an interesting episode. Today's episode actually had quite a few references that I think I could kind of understand. Maybe a few of them I'm kind of mistaken, but there was a few which I was like, oh, this I kind of recognize. Okay, now first and foremost, I need to check something. Matagi are obviously, I know they're from Hokkaido, but let me check. Yeah, so there you go. The Matagi are the traditional hunters of Tohoku region in northern Japan, most famous in the Ani area in Akita Prefecture, which is known for the Akita dogs. Okay, here we go. Documented as a specialized group from the medieval period onwards, the Matagi continue to hunt down deer and bear in the present day, and their culture has much in common with the bear worship of the Ainu people. Yeah, so I knew from about the Matagi and the Ainu from a show which is called Golden Kamui, and in Golden Kamui, we get to see a lot of Hokkaido, the Ainu culture, the people from there, and in that show there's Matagi people from Matagi as well, and there's a few people over there, from so yeah, that's why I was like, oh, Matagi people, so okay, so them, so I kind of realized who they are. Yeah. According to Hasego, the Matagi are the historical descendants of the Ainu-speaking hunters and fishermen who migrated down the Hokkaido Pass to Honshu. They also contributed to several Ainu-derived toponyms. Yep. So yeah, there you go. Right. So I was correct. Yeah. So like one of the hunters from Matagi, he came to like hunt Shikanoko, and like he was like tracking down Shikanoko throughout the day and everything, and Shikanoko was running and everything. And then finally they had a confrontation, but then his wife called, and his wife was like, where the hell are you? Come back. I sent you to buy daikon and you're in Tokyo. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go back. And yeah, so there you go, everything is okay. But okay, now here's the thing. I don't know if that was a Fate reference, but when he starts, like on the roof, when he brings out his gun and he starts speaking in English, I'm not really sure, but this might actually be, or maybe this is something else. Let me know. But this kind of reminded me of like a whole of like Archer's chant in Fate Unlimited Blade Work. I am the bone of my sword. Like what was that? Steel is my body. No, I forgot. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? That is crazy. I don't know how I forgot it. I actually knew it completely. I've completely forgotten it. Steel is my body's. Oh my god. You know what? Whatever. But anyways, I don't know. I don't know if this was that reference or if this was something completely else. But this is definitely some kind of a reference or something. But the one thing that I really thought, like, that's what it reminded me of, when Archer starts speaking in English in his, like, in Unlimited Blade Works, when he uses his Noble Phantasm. So yeah, yeah. So I don't know if that was that reference or if this is something completely different. But whatever. It was kind of funny. And yeah, and then he got arrested. Like, obviously you're like just hauling around a gun in front of everyone. Like, the police will see you and arrest you. The first thing that they'll do. like in in Hokkaido, in the Matagi, you guys, they're hunters. They probably hunt and everything. So it's fine to, like, take a rifle and go around, I'm guessing. But here, this is like, like, this is Tokyo. I think this is Tokyo, isn't it? Yeah. No, wait a minute. Yeah, this is Tokyo, isn't it? Wait a minute. Just a minute. I think he kind of says I'm in Tokyo. Yep. Yeah, there you go. There he Tokyo. Okay. So he's here, if you bring a rifle like that around, nah, man, you're getting arrested immediately. Unless obviously you have like a permit. But I guess even if you have a permit, you cannot just like haul around a gun in the middle of like the streets in front of everybody. I don't think that is okay, you need a case or something like that, I guess. And he just left his thing. Oh, I guess, okay, you know what, that kind of makes sense. I guess he didn't get arrested before because he had the case with him, the thing that he was carrying, and then he just left it on the roof and just went on his own without taking it, and his whole ass rifle was just out there in plain sight. So that's why the police arrested him. I was like, why did he not get arrested before? People didn't realize he was carrying a gun. And then he just left it on the roof, and now he was like, what the hell? Right, that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, so that was like the majority part of today's episode. Oh, and there was also that section where Shikanoko was just sleeping, and like a whole bird family started making like a nest on her head and everything, and people just ignored it. Oh my God! You know what happened? I just realized something. No, wait, no, that didn't happen. You know what? I was gonna say that there was a section that I felt extremely weird in today's episode. When the whole thing in the end where everyone was like, oh, who's Shikanoko? I was thinking this was actually happening from the beginning of the episode, but I don't think that's the case, because those Gyarus actually saw her. So it's not that yeah, so that's not the case. But there was one section in the classroom, this part, where everyone was like, just when she was sleeping. Oh no, the teacher herself kind of oh no, wait a minute. Where is that part? There was a section that I felt like they didn't know Shikanoko was there in class, even though she was there in plain sight. Where was that part? Okay, here we go. The teacher was like, oh, who's number 12? And here Koshitan is like, oh, Shikanoko, wake up. But she's asleep. So the teacher is like, let's see, number 12 is, and she's still asleep. Okay, she wakes up. She says, your tag is still on. No, okay, people heard her. Okay, so this part, there was a section that is extremely weird here. Everyone's like, no way, oh no, I forgot to cut the tag off. Wait, my tag's still on, isn't it? Hey, who was that just now? This line. Like, this line made me think, like, what is he talking about? Who was that now? What does he mean by that? Like, for a moment I was thinking, like, is he talking about Shikanoko? So that's why I was thinking, like, oh, maybe, like, this is connected to the final part of today's episode, where everyone, those girls, like Bashame and Anko was like, oh, who's Shikanoko? So I was thinking maybe it was hinted from the very beginning of today's episode that something like that is going on. Because if you think about it, today's episode, people actually didn't really interact with Shikanoko that much, except that hunter, But there was that one section, especially during that hunter section, where the Gyarus kind of saw her and the Gyarus helped her out. So it's not that her, nobody like recognized her or nobody saw her. People did see her. So, I thought like that was like some kind of a, like a little hint they kind of provide. No, none of that. People still saw her and knew about her at least up until the very end. But then everyone was like, oh, who is Shikanoko? Yeah, so you know what, scratch that. I thought they were like giving hints from the very beginning of today's episode. No, that isn't really the case, because a few people did see her. Okay, yeah, but yeah, that whole section, and then the Matagi section we saw, and then we have them going to buy a jersey. Oh no, then we also had that section where she kind of like Koshitan made like patched up her jersey, and everyone was there. They still knew, like, saw Koshitan there, and they still could see her existence. Okay, you know what, yeah, scratch that completely off. I was thinking too much. I was like trying to go a bit too deeper into this, but never mind. Like, everyone saw her throughout this episode. It was only the final section after the ending credit scene where everyone is like, those girls were like, oh, who's Koshitan? Sorry, who's Shikanoko? And that's what's happening. Oh my god, it's gonna be crazy if like in the end it is revealed that this is all like a dream or something. I don't think they're going to go do that. Like that'll be a really crazy. Like this was like all a dream that Kushtan was dreaming, and then it was such a realistic dream that she like woke up and she didn't even realize, and now Shikanoko is not there, and she's like, oh, where's Shikanoko? But the fact is that Shikanoko isn't even there. It was all a dream. She just dreamt it. That'll be a crazy plot twist if something like that happens. I doubt they're going to do that. That'll be kind of dark as well, I guess, because and this kind of reminds me of another. This is like completely a different thing. Like I'm going on a complete different tangent, but I remember this was like a those like shows that I used to watch as a kid, like Shinchan, Doraemon. I remember there were a lot of fan theories about like very dark ways like the stories used to, like, for example, I remember there was a fan theory about Shinchan being like Shinchan's mom is actually writing the stories and his son is actually dead, got into a traffic accident, and all the happy stories that we are seeing in TV, they are just stories that she's writing, and she's just imagining time. And there was also a fan theory about the whole Doraemon franchise being like Nobita in a coma, and he's like dreaming all of this. But these are all fan theories. But what I'm trying to say is that it'll be crazy if that something like that happens and it's revealed that this is all a dream. Kushtan dreamt all of this. Like she dreamt all of this, and it was such a realistic dream that she woke up and she didn't even realize that this is not a dream anymore. And that's why everyone's like, oh, who's Shikanoko? Nobody knows who Shikanoko is because it's all a dream. But like I said, I doubt they're going to do that because that'll be extremely messed up. Like it'll be very dark. Like we've been watching a show for 11 episodes, and in the end it gets revealed that the person she was seeing was just a dream. That'll be so messed up. I don't think this show is like that. So yeah. Anyways, but it is like we are seeing that everyone's like, oh, who's Shikanoko? So that's the thing. But they are still in the Deer Club. It is written Deer Club seeking new members. So I'm assuming that Shikanoko, that's like the confirmation that Shikanoko was here, and it's not that it was just some kind of a dream that she dreamt or something like that, or something messed up like that. Otherwise, why would the Deer Club exist? If Shikanoko wasn't even there. There's also the empty chair beside her. So, but wait a minute. I guess they didn't really show in the end if that was the Deer Club. Because even before that, we saw them showing the the what do you call it, the sign on top of the room, like Deer Club, like members, or something like that. Like it was written, but after the end credits they don't really show that. They don't. So what I'm thinking is maybe this isn't even the Deer Club. This is something else going on. You know what, like I said, I think I'm going too much into this, like I doubt any of that is going to happen. This is probably just some kind of a yeah everyone's like, who's Shikanoko? Yeah, that is crazy. But anyways, yeah, there you go. That was today's episode. Interesting episode and an interesting way it ended. So let's see what happens next episode. Yeah, but like I said, I feel like there is a very good there's a very good chance for them to turn this anime into a completely different thing. But I doubt they're going to do that. But this is like actually a very good chance for them to completely genre shift this. It's like a comedy anime up until now, and suddenly it becomes dark, and like they're like, oh, who's Shikanoko? And she realizes that, oh, what the hell, there's no Shikanoko, it was just a dream I had, like something like that. That'll be very dark. Like, at least I think that it'll be very dark in that sense, because just think about it, like she was like having so much fun with a like a friend and everything, and then turns out she dreamt it all. Like, that'll be so messed up, bro. So yeah, I doubt they're going to go that direction. But it is a very good opportunity. If this was some other anime, something, I feel like this would be a very good opportunity if they brought a twist like that. Like, everyone would be like mind blown. They'd be like, what the hell? We got tricked, up until now. But yeah, I doubt this show is going to do that. It's probably going to be something tomorrow, like we'll get to know something like, oh, it was just like everyone forgot about her from a momentary amount of time because of some weird shenanigan that happened, and then Kostan is probably going to like fix it and everything will be okay. I think it's going to go in that way, but yeah, like this is actually a very good opportunity to like actually twist the whole story into a completely different direction, but yeah, not this show. I doubt this show is going to do that. Anyways, and that was today's episode. Good episode. And I'm looking forward to the final one because now we have a mystery surrounding what's going on and what's happening. So yeah, we'll see. Right. Again, now that was that. Now let me talk about this episode scene by scene. In the very first scene, you can see Koshitan is there looking outside the window. It's a very beautiful day, peaceful day. The teacher is teaching. Koshitan is studying while Shikanoko is sleeping, and her antler is just having bubbles and just yeah. So that's how it starts. So turns out Koshitan is just Shikanoko is asleep, and she doesn't wake up. Koshitan is trying her best to wake her up, but she's just asleep. And those nose bubbles that you see in anime, they come from the antlers, at least for her, and those antler bubbles keeps floating around the whole room. And it's like just yeah. And now this is one thing we've always we all of us have seen, that everyone is just like ignores the weird thing that happens in this show. Like for Shikano, the fact that there's an actual human sized like humanoid deer, people don't even bat an eyelid. The only person who like is very like weirded out about these type of situations is Koshitan. She's the only one who questions about these type of things, like what the hell, why is nobody questioning this, and stuff like that. And like this kind of reminds me of like it seems like Koshitan is like like this is like, if you think about it like that, Koshitan is like the bokeh character, no, Tsukumi character, sorry. And like obviously Shikanoko is the bokeh character, and everyone else, they don't even like and like that is why whenever like she does something weird, Koshitan does the whole Tsukumi, and like, oh, why are you doing this? Oh, what is this? What, this is weird, that kind of thing. Like she's the only normal person in this whole thing. But sometimes I feel like this show goes in such a crazy direction that even stuff that people will question, nobody questions, and so sometimes I just think like like it seems like Koshitan is just like an actual person with like oh, what's that word, self-awareness as to something weird is happening, and everyone else is like some weird like NPC character in a in a story, and they just don't react to anything. They just react how they're programmed. Like it sometimes it gives me this weird vibe, and but that's the whole joke, I guess, that oh, then nobody's like batting an eyelid. But like I said, sometimes it goes in such a degree, the whole weirdness goes into such a degree that I'm like, bro, what? Really? Nobody's questioning this? The similar thing will happen in today's episode as well, where everyone was just like, the teacher is teaching, there's like whole bubbles floating around, nobody's even questioning that. Shikanoko's just asleep, the birds are flying around, there's a whole like bird made like a nest on top of her head and everything, and like laid eggs and everything. But Koshitan is the only one who's like, really? Nobody's questioning this? Like, what's happening? Yeah, anyways. And then she tries to wake Shikanoko up, but she's not awakening. She's not getting, she's not waking up. Her antler has like a self-defense mode or whatever. When she's trying to wake her up, it comes and swats her hand away. Yeah. Either way, and then Koshitan realizes that the teacher's going to call her. So she's like, oh, I need to do something. Otherwise, like, yeah, like I'm actually technically her caretaker, so I need to take care of this. So she tries to wake her up, and the teacher like calls her name or number, and then Koshitan's like, oh my god, what's going to happen now? But then suddenly Shikanoko wakes up, and she's like, the tag is on. And everyone's like, what the hell? What? Yeah, and that was the first section. Then we had the whole like Matagi, that hunter who comes in here, and the pursuer and the pursued, and Shikanoko realized the danger, and she immediately went underneath the floorboards. And the hunter comes in, and he's like, oh, I have a sense that she's here, and he looks at the Shika Senpai, and he's like, this is some clue. Like this becomes like a whole like a detective type of thing. Not a detective, but like a hunter, hunting its prey kind of scenario. Yeah, and he then kind of loiters around there for a bit, and then he leaves. And then Shikanoko comes up, and she's like, oh my god, thank god he's gone. And she explains what's actually happening. So basically, okay, where's the day of the deer? So basically, on the 4th Tuesday of each month in Hokkaido, it was introduced in order to promote the consumption of Yezo deer meat to the masses. Okay. Yeah, that's specific to Hokkaido. Don't apply local rule to Hino. Yeah, so that means that Matagi came here to capture you. Yeah, so there you go. So he's just one of the hunters who is trying to hunt Shikanoko, and Shikanoko's afraid. She's like, oh my god, he's going to capture me and then eat me in front of everybody. Right, but anyway, she's not taking any risk, and she's like, I'm going to just dip, and she runs away, and you can see she's like running away, and the hunter is trying to track her. Like the hunter mistakes Tsuchinoko for Shikanoko for a moment, and then he leaves, and then this continues for a while. This part was funny where he's suddenly like, oh, let me look, and there's like a like a x-ray vision or something. Like I said, this really it's like a whole like a reference from those video games, like any like video games that has like a hunting mechanism. You'll see has this type of like a mechanic where you use like your survivor sense, and it kind of tracks the like animal for you, and you can go and hunt. Like any show that has any game that has like a hunting mechanic to it, this is like a feature. And so I'm like, okay, this is definitely a reference to like video games where every character in a survival like a survival video game have like a sixth sense, they call it, or like a survival sense, where you press a button and it kind of makes the whole place like black and white or something, and like interesting things are highlighted, and it's easier for you to track stuff, or like track loot and where like the goodies are and stuff like that. So this is basically that. A whole ass video game character in this show. And he's like, oh, I found you, and he's like tracking her like steps, and then once the Shika Senpai falls and he gets alerted, but the Gyarus come in and they're like, oh, look at this guy, he's in cosplay or something, and they starts like talking to him and everything. And later on we realize that they deliberately did this. They knew that Shikanoko is being hunted, so they look at Shikanoko and they're like, oh, don't worry, everything is fine, like go away, run away. And Shikanoko's like, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, and the chase continues. He reaches the principal's office, I think, and he looks at the deer head, and he is like, false alarm, and he leaves, but turns out that was actually Shikanoko. Yeah. Anyways, all these weird stuff happens, and then he starts planting bombs in the school, and I'm like, bro, you know what? This is where you cross the line. Now you'll be arrested. Like, imagine planting bombs in a school to hunt a deer. Okay, yeah, right. So after that, you can see like even at night he's like camping and everything, and he like traps Shikanoko in a cage using Shika Senpai, but Shikanoko uses her antler grenade to blow the cage up and just run. But finally they reach the final confrontation on the roof. Shikanoko's there, he comes on the roof as well, and they have this weird type of a like a confrontation thing. you know. And Koshitan also comes here, and Shikanoko's like, I'm not going to fall to you, Kumatori Soichiro, come on, let's do it. Yeah, and she takes out her antlers and makes it into like a lightsaber or whatever, you know. This guy, he takes out his gun. Yeah, he does a whole like an English chant. There are many like it, but this, no, wait, what does he say? Oh, this is my rifle. There are many like this, but this one is mine. My rifle is my best friend. It is my life. Yo, I must master it as I must master as my life. Okay, so like I said, I'm not fully sure, but there's a 50% chance this was actually a Fate Unlimited Blade Works reference where Archer does his chant when he uses his reality marble noble phantasm. You know, like I am the bone of my sword. You know, like that whole thing. But I'm not really sure if that is actually this reference or this is just something that I'm making up in my head. But I don't know. Like that's why I'm saying 50% chance. 50% chance is something completely else. But I'm pretty sure this is definitely some kind of reference. Even if it's not, maybe it's not a Fate reference. Maybe it's some other reference. I'm not really sure. Either way, yeah, this one part was pretty funny. And then the phone rings and he's like, oh, wait a minute. Time out. Takes the phone and his wife is like, where are you? I've sent you to buy like some daikon. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm in Hino. I'm in Tokyo. And his wife is like, why are you in Tokyo? Come back quickly. And he's like, fine. And he just leaves. And I'm like, bro, take your, the back thing where you put your rifle in. He just leaves it in the roof. And that's why he gets arrested later on. He's just hollering around that whole ass rifle in the middle of the street. You know, he didn't get arrested up until now because he had it in a bag probably. People didn't realize. And then he's just like, okay. Yeah, either way, he gets arrested and there you go. Right, and then we have the final section with the, Shikanoko just going and, like being very happy because turns out, her tracksuit, it's like torn up and everything. And Koshitan is like, oh, let's go and buy something, buy like a better tracksuit. And she was very happy. She was like, yeah, you know what, let's do it. So she's very excited, to go shopping. But she's just loitering around because she's just picking up sticks. And she's like, oh, this is such a cool stick. Now, this is a thing. I feel like a few people will get and a few people will not get this. This whole stick, when you find like a stick on the ground, you take it and you think like it's like some kind of a sword and you feel like, like a very, it's like a very cool thing. Like picking up sticks and treating it as a sword or like some kind of a gun or something. I remember obviously I was one of those kids who used to do it. And especially, I guess you could say, yeah, in the street as well. Like it was like some random cool stick. I was like, oh damn, this is cool. Especially in school, our school had a very like two very big fields. Like school life was crazy because I remember I used to play a lot. Like a lot. I used to go to school. After reaching school, I used to play in the field. Then the school used to start, and then we had like our recess. Then we used to play. I remember I didn't even eat because I wanted to play. I told my mom not to give me lunch or like give me some biscuits or whatever because like our playing time will get reduced if we had to eat. And I used to play, and then if we had some extracurricular activity period, we used to play there as well for 40 minutes. And then after school, we used to play and then go home. So it was crazy, and every student used to do that because we had so big fields. And in those fields, there's obviously a lot of trees on the sides and everything, and a lot of like broken branches and everything. And yeah, from there was also another thing that me and a lot of kids used to do. Like, whenever there was a stick, we were like, oh, this looks cool. So that's why I'm saying this is something that I feel like a lot of people won't understand, especially people nowadays in this generation, because maybe I'm not really sure. But yeah, this was a thing, and a lot of children weren't into it, but at least me and a few others were into it, and we used to do it. So this kind of reminded me of that. And And I guess you can, if you guys have watched the daily life of high school boys, there was also an episode over there where they had the crew like kind of had a whole like episode like based on that, where the crew took up like a stick and they were like, oh, this is like some kind of a weapon, and they did a whole like like JRPG Dragon Quest like thing. It was a funny like little episode, I remember. So yeah, so that's the thing. So I feel like this is something that a few people will get, or a few people won't get. The whole stick being cool or looking cool. Yeah, but I can relate to it. Anyways, so yeah, she was that's why she was like loitering around. Anyways, and then they were lost, and I'm like, bro, how can you be lost? You have a GPS in your phone. They're showing you the location and where you are and how you need to go there. How can someone get lost with it? Okay, you know what? I have no idea what type of what type of map or GPS they were using, but yeah, they were lost. Anyways, Shikanoko gets afraid because of some pet bottles, and we know that in one of the episodes we saw that. I love how like Kushtan's like, bro, this was a plot point that I think everyone forgot. So she literally says that like, they actually broke a lot of fourth wall today. you know yeah. And anyways, but in the end she was like, oh, come on, let's go, like, and I'll take you. And she grabs her hand, and Shikanoko is very happy, and they move on. I should have realized, today's episode we had a lot of sections where they were like, oh, like, hope this continues forever or something like that. And that's why I should have realized there was something going to happen, weird is going to happen in the end. Anyways, but yeah, then they were again lost. So turns out something is going on, they cannot reach the destination. So they go back to school, and Koshtan like patches it up, kind of sews it up for her, makes like cute little like designs. And Shikanoko is very happy. Shikanoko is like, oh, I'm going to treasure this forever. Yeah, and that's where it ended, or at least that's what it seemed like. And in the after credit, after the after credit scene, you can see Koshtan is coming to school, but then something weird happens, and you can see she looks at the sky, and there's like a trail of something, like a smoke or whatever. And then she goes to school, and Shikanoko's not there, and she's like, weird. She goes to the deer club, and then Koshtan is like, oh, where's Shikanoko? I don't see her from the very, from morning. And those two are like, Shikanoko? Who's Shikanoko? And I'm like, yeah, like, I'm not sure if this was again like some kind of this was definitely like I don't know, like a ReZero reference or something, or maybe something else completely. But this whole thing, I'm like, yeah, they're going in that direction. It's pretty damn obvious. As soon as she saw the empty seat beside her, and she comes and no one's even talking about Shikanoko, I'm like, oh, it's going in that direction, isn't it? And yep, they're like, Shikanoko? Who is Shikanoko? Who's Shikanoko? And I'm like, yep, this is the whole who is Rem situation. So there you go. Who is Rem? Or who is Shikanoko? Next episode we'll see how this situation solves, or what happens. Anyways, so yeah, there you go. That was today's episode. Good episode, and it kind of like made like a foundation to what's going to come next episode. I think this was a good thing they did. They actually like made like a suspense kind of ending in today's episode, and next episode will be finale. So that's an interesting way they're going to end it. So we'll see. And yeah, there you go. That was today's episode. Thank you for watching, guys. This was my reaction to episode 11 of Shikanoko Nokonoko Koshitantan. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Shikanoko Nokonoko Koshitantan. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.